The sky roared as water erupted from the earth and cascaded from the heavens, drowning the world in chaos. Mountains vanished beneath waves, and forests disappeared into a vast, unrelenting sea. Amid the destruction, one structure endured, a solitary ark, a fragile vessel of faith carrying the seeds of a new beginning. Inside, Noah and his family braved the storm, stewards of every living creature. For 40 days, the flood raged, erasing humanity's corruption. When the waters receded, silence reigned, broken only by a dove's return with an olive branch and a rainbow's arc, a covenant of renewal and mercy. The flood of Genesis is one of the most profound and enduring stories in human history. Through Noah, we see a figure chosen not for power or prestige but for faith, a man tasked with preserving life and building a future. But the story doesn't end there. Genesis unfolds with a series of events that shape the trajectory of humanity. The scattering at Babel, the call of Abram, and the forging of a covenant that binds the divine to the earthly. And most importantly, what does it mean to walk with God in a broken world? After humanity's fall, Adam and Eve began life outside Eden, toiling in a harsh and unyielding world. They had 2 sons, Cain and Abel. Cain was a farmer, tilling the earth, while Abel tended sheep. Both brought offerings to God, but Abel's sacrifice pleased the Lord while Cain's was rejected. Jealousy consumed Cain, and in a fit of rage, he murdered his brother, the first act of human violence recorded in the Bible. When God confronted Cain, he asked, "Where is your brother, Abel?" Cain's defiant reply, "Am I my brother's keeper?" revealed his hardened heart. As punishment, Cain was cursed to wander the earth as a restless fugitive, marked by God to protect him from vengeance. This act of fratricide set the stage for the growing corruption that would soon engulf the world. As generations passed, humanity multiplied, but so did their sin. Violence, greed, and immorality spread like a plague. By the time of Noah, the earth was described as corrupt beyond redemption. Every intent of the thoughts of the human heart was only evil continually, the text says. Grieved by the state of his creation, God resolved to cleanse the earth with a flood, sparing only Noah, a man described as righteous and blameless in his generation. God commanded Noah to build an ark, a massive vessel made of gopher wood and sealed with pitch, large enough to house his family and pairs of every living creature. As Noah labored for decades, he became a symbol of faith and perseverance, enduring mockery and disbelief from his contemporaries. Yet he obeyed without question, preparing for the storm that would reshape the world. When the floodwaters finally subsided, Noah and his family emerged from the ark into a world utterly transformed. The devastation was total. Fields, forests, and cities lay buried beneath layers of silt and silence. Yet, amidst the ruins, a profound hope emerged. Noah's first act upon stepping onto dry ground was to build an altar, offering sacrifices of gratitude and reverence. The smoke rose to the heavens, and God, moved by Noah's devotion, established a covenant with humanity and all living creatures. "Never again will I curse the ground because of man," God declared, "nor will I destroy every living thing, as I have done." To seal this promise, God set a rainbow in the sky, a vivid reminder of his mercy and the enduring bond between Creator and creation. This covenant, often called the Noahic covenant, marked a new chapter in the relationship between humanity and the divine. Noah's descendants multiplied, spreading across the earth. Among them was Nimrod, a mighty hunter and ambitious leader whose name became synonymous with rebellion. In the fertile plains of Shinar, humanity came together with a bold plan, to build a city with a tower that reached the heavens. "Let us make a name for ourselves," they declared, their hearts filled with pride. But their unity, born of arrogance, defied the divine plan for humanity to scatter and fill the earth. God intervened, descending to observe their works. "Let us confuse their language," he said, and instantly the people could no longer understand one another. Chaos erupted, and the ambitious project ground to a halt. The city was named Babel, a symbol of humanity's hubris and the divine boundary against unbridled ambition. The scattering of people and languages set the stage for the diverse cultures and nations of the earth. Amid this dispersion, the narrative turns to Terah and his son Abram, later known as Abraham, whose life would redefine humanity's connection with God. Abram lived in Ur, a bustling city of Mesopotamia, when God called him to leave everything behind. "Go to the land I will show you," God commanded, promising Abram descendants as numerous as the stars and a land flowing with abundance. Abram obeyed, embarking on a journey of faith that would alter the course of history. Abram's travels brought him to Canaan, a land rich with promise but fraught with challenges. Famine struck, forcing Abram and his wife Sarai to seek refuge in Egypt. There, a lapse in faith led Abram to deceive Pharaoh, claiming Sarai was his sister to protect himself. Though the ruse succeeded, it strained Abram's path, serving as a reminder of the complexities of trust in divine promises. Returning to Canaan, Abram and his nephew Lot faced the challenge of limited resources. The two parted ways, with Lot settling near the fertile but corrupt city of Sodom. Abram remained in Canaan, where God reaffirmed his covenant. "Lift up your eyes," God said, "and look north, south, east, and west. All the land you see, I will give to you and your offspring forever." This covenant was sealed through a sacred ritual. God instructed Abram to prepare a sacrifice. As a deep sleep fell upon him, a smoking firepot and blazing torch passed between the sacrificial pieces, symbolizing God's binding commitment. Yet, the fulfillment of this promise tested Abram and Sarai's faith. Years passed, and they remained childless. In their impatience, Sarai gave her maidservant Hagar to Abram, and Ishmael was born. But God's plan was clear. The covenant child would come through Sarai. At the age of 99, Abram received a transformative promise. God renamed him Abraham, father of many nations, and Sarai became Sarah. Within a year, the miraculous occurred. Sarah gave birth to Isaac, the long-awaited child of promise. Their joy, however, was tempered by a harrowing test of faith. God commanded Abraham to offer Isaac as a sacrifice on Mount Moriah. With unwavering obedience, Abraham prepared to carry out the command, but an angel intervened at the last moment. A ram caught in a thicket became the substitute, and Isaac was spared. This act solidified Abraham's legacy as a paragon of faith, a man willing to trust God's plan even when it defied comprehension. Through Abraham, the divine covenant extended to future generations, laying the foundation for a people set apart to fulfill God's purposes. From the flood to the covenant with Abraham, the Genesis narrative is a profound tapestry of judgment, grace, failure, and faith. These stories illuminate humanity's enduring struggle to align with the divine will, yet they also affirm the relentless promise of redemption, a promise that echoes through time, reaching toward eternity.